I am super excited because in this video, I am going to open up and show you what is inside this $300 box that contains over 7 pounds of Disney jewelry and accessories. So we purchased this box at Shop Goodwill online after I did the interview with Kat the Nurse Flipper, who does things like this on a regular basis. More recently, she's been going to a different online auction site called highbid.com, but she's done very well at Shop Goodwill. And there's other online auction sites where you could go to source things from. Another great one is Live Auctioneers, and there's others as well. And this is something that I have been thinking about doing for a while as I increasingly try to diversify both what it is that I am sourcing and where I am sourcing from. And with as many estate sales and haul videos and garage sales and rummage sales and flea markets that you have seen me go to, you have never ever seen me come out with a lot of Disney items like this. And that's the reason why you have to expand into different areas to get different types of things like this. Now, you have to be careful because it is a bit of a gamble. There is a bit of a mystery to it. Now, it's not a complete mystery box. It's not like I had absolutely no idea of what was in here at all. Myself and Mrs. Primetime, and she played a big role in terms of locating this and doing some of the research behind it. Because actually she got interested in this when she heard my interview with Kat. She was listening in on it, Mrs. Primetime, my wife, she was listening in on it, and she found this and said she thought that this had good opportunity. Now, she happens to know a lot about Disney items because, for example, one of the things that we know are in here are Disney pins. Now, we don't know exactly how many Disney pins are in here, but we know there's some in there. And so she loves to collect Disney pins and she trades them and stuff like that. So, she knows, as do I, that, there are Disney pins that could go for hundreds of dollars depending on how exclusive it is, the characters, where it was obtained from, that sort of thing. So with 7 pounds worth, that's a lot of stuff. So what are the chances that there's going to be something in there that's good to flip? Well, one of the things we were able to figure out, we were able to identify that one of the pins was one that should easily sell for around 50 bucks. And so once we knew that, that gave us some confidence going into it. And we saw some other things like watches and stuff. So we had like a sense. But, we don't know the whole thing until we actually open this up and, and look and see what we got. So the total cost, so this is an auction. So you are competing against other people. And yes, there's going to be other resellers who you're going against. So you really have to have a good sense of, what's too high. Now, the morning of this particular auction, it was at $122. And by the time it was over, I had the winning bid of $252.51. But there are shipping fees, handling fees, and tax that's associated with it. Now, that brought it to a total of $285.57. Now, the tax part, it might be possible, I think it is, if you have a reseller certificate, to send it to Shop Goodwill online and have them update you in their accounting system for taxes so that they don't charge you the tax. So going forwards, I've already contacted them. Hopefully that's something that, that we get taken off. But now what we have to do is we have to make sure that this was not a colossal mistake and that this really is going to be something that pays off for us. So as I go through this stuff, keep in mind that none of this stuff is listed yet. We plan to start listing it the night that you see this video drop. So if you see anything in here that you like, I'm going to do it as a first come, first serve basis to just let me know. And I'm going to use that to prioritize what it is exactly that we will list. So you can contact me in the comment section, my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center, on Facebook Messenger, or email, which is primetimetreasure at gmail.com. There's no S at the end of it. And so at the very end, by the way, there's going to be a broad overview I plan on doing, in which I just have everything laid out on a table and I just go over everything one last time so everyone could see everything. But let's open up the box, see what's inside, and then just go over the contents. All right, so this is what the box looked like when it arrived. And we have not gone through it yet, but just wanted to show you what this entire 7-pound lot of Disney stuff look like. It's packed really nice and tightly. Nothing looks like it's damaged at all from what I could see on the surface, but we're gonna pull everything out, take a look, and then I'm gonna show you all the things that we found inside of here. All right, the bag is out. I just wanted to give you a sense of the size of it. I mean, there's just tons of stuff. Tons of items indeed. In fact, if I were to open up that bag and show you all of the items one by one from beginning to end, it would take forever. So we quickly decided against that and for another approach in which I would highlight the best items for you. For example, there's going to be some items you're going to see that go for between $100 and $200. We were just blown away when we saw some of the stuff in there. Then again, there's some things on the low end. So I'll also do an aerial overview so you could see everything. I'll do one of those per section. So for example, we're going to cover the pins first. Then we'll go over watches and other sections, some miscellaneous things. And then again, at the end, I'll do a broad overview of everything. So you get one last chance to see it all kind of laid out. So now it turns out in total, so we basically broke everything out in advance, opened it up all yesterday, and checked some comps. And this allows me to give you some totals as well. Because remember, if I do this all from the very beginning, there's going to be times I'm going to want to stop and say, what's this? What's that? It's all disorganized. So this is a better way, in my opinion. So total of 150 items. Now that's more, almost double of what we thought was going to be there when we initially looked at it. We did an estimate ahead of time and estimated that there were going to be about 82 items there. Now we were pretty confident there was going to be more than that. But importantly, you want to make that initial investment decision based on the low end of things, based on the low end of the number of items and the low end of value. So our low end of value was that $880 worst case scenario for everything in the bag. So then we take about a third of that, and that gets us at about that 280 number that we felt confident diving in. And it turns out that again it was worth it, because for 150 items paying $280, that's about $1.89 per piece, which really works out based on what you're going to see here. We estimated, for example, there were going to be 25 pins. Now some of these pins were laid out on lanyards, and the lanyards were covered with other things. And so we were pretty confident that there were probably other pins hidden underneath that we couldn't see. And so turns out there were 63 pins. So when we saw that, we're like, wow, this is awesome. Now, further enhancing the awesomeness of this lot and of this partial mystery collection is that we believe, based on paperwork that we have here and some of the items, that this lot actually came from a former Disney cast member. One reason that I say that is we actually have one of the original receipts from Disney University Company D. Now, this is a separate building on Disney property that only cast members are allowed to go to so that they can pick up exclusive gifts and other items there at a discount to them for being a cast member. So there's that. You're also going to see some items that are specific to a particular type of cast member, which we believe this person was actually serving as a transportation driver. One of the reasons we say that is partly this. So you're going to see 2 exclusive pins that we cannot find comps for yet. So for those of you who like exclusive Disney pins that are hard to find, this would definitely qualify as one of them. And this is another one here as well. We believe all these pins to be genuine, again, partly based on the provenance, where they come from, and also because Mrs. Primetime, my wife, collects Disney pins, and so when you see them and when you feel them whether or not they are real or fake. So, but you have to be careful, because there are fake pins that are out there. And then there's some other paperwork I'm going to show you, such as actual paperwork from Disney saying that this is a gift to transportation cast members. Thank you for your service, that kind of thing. One of those is one of those near $200 items. Now, in terms of pins that we were able to comp from looking at the pictures, this is the one that drew us in and got us real interested. This one with Mrs. Dumbo, and then you've got Little Dumbo here. This one there's only one currently available right now on eBay for $60, and it has recently sold for $50. So we believe 50, 55 bucks we should be able to get out of this pin. This is the best one so far we're able to comp, but again, we just don't know right now. These may be even worth more than that, so we're not sure. Maybe they're worth less. Again, not completely sure. The only other one we were able to comp, because the pictures were kind of blurry. In fact, it was actually very challenging for us to comp this one. The Google image app that I have shared before helped us figure this out a bit. But this is the Dino Whamma pin. This one sells for about $20. And as you can see here, this is a limited edition pin. So that's that one. Now, Ursula, right here, for those of you like Ursula, is a nice villain pin. This one right here goes for about $35. Then we've got, let's see here. I know I've got a Pete's Dragon pin here somewhere. Where did that go? Where'd you go, Pete's Dragon? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Pete's Dragon. And it has a little swingy little piece at the bottom of it right there. So this one here, this is about a $30 pin. So that's that one. We've got a Disney Castle pin. Now, who doesn't like the Disney Castle? So there's a nice little pin right over here. This one goes for about, right now, about $29 on Amazon. So, about a $30 pin right there. Then we've got an April Fool's Day pin here. This one here, let me look up the April Fool's Day pin. What does that one go for? That one goes for about 20 bucks. So that's a Donald Duck pin, and it's got Pluto in it as well. So Donald Duck and Pluto pin. Then we've got, for all you Donald Duck fans, we've got another limited edition Donald Duck. This is the Wise Little Hen. So it's Donald and the Wise Little Hen. That's a $40 pin. So that's one of the better pins here as well. Another really good pin is a Cinderella Hologram Pin. So you basically turn it and different things happen with the pin, just based on the light angle that you're getting on it. It's kind of hard to show through the camera. It's better if you're there in person. But this one's about a $40 pin as well. All these pins, by the way, are in excellent condition. We really don't see any significant damage, significant wear, anything like that. This is a Dumbo Resort pin that goes for about $25. So we're happy with that one. We've got another nice $40 pin here with Beauty and the Beast. This is the television pin. So that's a real nice one. Happy about that. This is probably my favorite pin, not in terms of value, but just in terms of how cool it is and that it actually has a function behind it. So if you look here, it spins here on the back. There's a spinning dial. And then what happens in the front is that it will land on a certain theme park, and then you could use it to say, okay, let's decide, everyone, where are we going to go today? What park? And then you just spin it, and there you see, you decide, hey, all right, we're going to go over to whatever park it lands on. So people actually use it for that. Really cool pin. It's called What Will We Do Today pin. So this one is about a $20 pin. For those of you who like the teddy bear and doll convention that Disney does, these were done at Walt Disney World. And there's a total of 4 pins that we have that we think that we should be able to get about $40 to $50 selling them together as a lot. We're probably not going to break these up. Just makes more sense to sell them individually. Now, there are a few pins that we were not able to locate yet and find a value for. Nana Tink treasures are probably like this one because we've got Tinkerbell here. And as you can see, she glides across the top of the pin. Really neat pin right there. By the way, go check out her YouTube channel, Nana Tink Treasures. It's a lot of fun. And this one here, again, we don't know. We've got to do some more research on it. We've just had the pins for a day. This one here is cool with Donald Duck sitting in front of the barrel and the treasure. Maybe I should keep that one since it's kind of primetime treasure related. It's pretty cool. And I like how I don't even know if it's supposed to come like this, but it looks a little discolored in the back. That's the only one that looks like that. I don't know if they purposely made it like that. It's possible. And so that's it in terms of like individual pins that are worth a lot. And there's a little set here that we think we could sell for about $100, and then I'll show you some of the other ones that are of lower value. So let's turn this around, do a little aerial overview. Okay, now all of these are pins that I have not shown you yet. In terms of that set that we think we could sell for about $100 would be the Toddler princess pins here. So you could see here, they're all in toddler format, and believe it or not, these are actually more valuable than the late teen or young adult princess pins right there. You could see there's some Muppet pins here. There's some Winnie the Pooh and Tigger pins that we'll probably lot together. Some of those are worth less than $10 individually. You could see here we've got like a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse pin. I know that one's less than $10, so we'll probably lot that together with Sorcery or Sorcerer Mickey from Fantasia. And then, well, I did show you the Neverland pin, but then there's some other ones here and some circular pinbacks. This one's worth about $13-15. This one here, we haven't been able to find it yet, but I doubt it's worth much because it's a conservation fund. This is Radigan from The Great Mouse Detective. This one here is worth about $13, this Test Track pin. But that's the that's basically the other ones, and now we're going to move on. Watches. This is the item that we were the most curious to figure out what it was, because although we were able to see it in the initial photos and we could tell that it said the Lion King on it and remember who you are on the bottom, we could not find something similar that looked like this online with this saying and with these colors and with this rectangular shape. So we figured that maybe it was a t-shirt that was scrunched up, or maybe it was a tapestry, depending on what angle you looked at it, because of these cornered gold edges here. We knew it looked soft, but as it turns out what it is, it's a soft covering and case for a watch, and a very special watch indeed. It's a Lion King watch. It does come with the initial label from Phantasma, but let me show you this watch. This is a leather watch. It's an exclusive watch. Look at this. This is a beautiful watch here. Really neat. Has a 3D effect. You can see it's really nice looking on the back, nice and shiny. Paw prints on the leather. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. This watch has recently sold twice on Etsy for close to $200. So this is definitely one of the best pieces that we found. And this right here will get us close to our investment back. Now we do have some other watches to go over. This one here is a cool Winnie the Pooh watch. It comes in this neat little collectible tin. This celebrates 80 years of adventures, and if you open it up, you will see that it still has the instructions, the little inserts. It's got the bubble wrap in there as well, and it's still strapped into the case. So this is about a $30 watch right there for all of you Winnie the Pooh fans. Now, this is further evidence in terms of paperwork that this did come from a Disney Transportation cast member. As you could see there, it literally says Dear Transportation Cast, and it gives a little thank you message for working there. And then on the back it says Cast Holiday Celebration. And so we actually have 3 of these. There's 2 that have the year on it, 1997. And then when you open it up, they're Mickey and Minnie watches. And so this one here looks like this. And then we have 2 that are duplicates of Mickey and Minnie in the snow. So that one's pretty cool there. So you see that one. And then there were 2 other watches that we got, which we believe, based on our research, are also ones that were given exclusively to cast members. This one has Jiminy Cricket on it, and it's from Pinocchio, and there's actually, we have another one, but it's the same one, so it's also a Jiminy Cricket one. Now, these watches, basically, they're $12 to $15 watches. They don't go for much because these were given out to just so many cast members, and they weren't exclusive beyond that. So there's just a ton of them that are still out there, and a lot of people listing them. So there's those. Now I'm going to give you the overview of some of the other ones. Oh, there's one more that's a little bit, we think, higher priced. This is the Frozen 2 watch. And so there are people asking about $25, $26 for this one. That's asking. I can't tell you about sold yet. So haven't seen many of them selling. So we'll see what we could get out of that. But then let me do the overview and show you some of the other watches. Okay, so these are the other watches, and there's not one in here that we've been able to pull out and identify yet that we think is worth a ton of money. There's a lot of Mickey Mouse watches here. There's some Minnie Mouse watches as well. Some of them do have damage either to the clock face. Some of them have some scratching to it. Like you could see here, we haven't been able to find these yet. So for some of them, we may just get rid of the leather band. Like, you know, you could see this one here is real. This is the worst one. And just sell the clock faces, the heads of the watch. So, you know, we'll just go through them and figure out a plan that that works best. This one does come in a case, but, you know, it's worth like, you know, 13 bucks or so. So, you know, Mrs. Primetime put them in little themes, like we have some Winnie the Pooh ones. So we might just, you know, do some little lots and stuff and see what we can do. Some of them are kids' watches that aren't really worth anything. So, you know, we'll come up with a plan for this, but just wanted to show you everything we got, both low end and high end. Okay, so this last section, I'm going to focus on miscellaneous pieces. This is one of the coolest ones that we found, which is one of the magic bands from Disney. Now, if you've gone to Disney World, you're very familiar with magic bands. You wear them around your wrist, you pick out a certain character that you want to be, and then, you know, you just basically scan your wristband throughout the day if you want to take meals off your dining plan, or if you want to get a fast pass, get into rides and stuff like that. You know, I pretty much monitor, you know, everything that you're doing throughout the day, and it allows you to access stuff. Well, people actually collect magic bands, if you are not aware of that, and they do have limited editions that are out. So this one with this bell box from Beauty and the Beast, you could see here, it's limited to 2,500 of these that were ever made. And that's not a lot for the vast amount of people who are looking to collect Disney magic bands. So the cool thing about this one is that this one currently sells for around $80. Now, there are some people who are trying to sell it for more than that. You actually have someone right now who actually has this one listed for $300+ with 20 watchers. But then there's a lot more of these that are available for the $100 price range. But in terms of a completed sold price that we actually could verify, someone had it for $130, took a best offer of 80 bucks. So magic bands can be worth something if you could find these collectible limited edition ones. So we're very excited about that one. Another one we are very excited about, but it really looks like an exclusive piece that we cannot find comps on yet. We have searched high and low. What I can tell you is that looking at the back of this and magnifying it, this is Swarovski crystal. And it's a really nice shiny Mickey and Minnie piece here with the heart right over here. So this is absolutely a beautiful piece, a nice bangle. We are hoping that this will be $100+ item. We can't guarantee that, but again, that is the hope, given that, you know, again, it is Swarovski crystal, and, you know, it's in really nice condition. It's got Mickey and Minnie on there, nice and shiny, and we just can't find it anywhere. So it looks like a great piece. Now this, for those of you who are familiar, is one of the Pandora items here. And again, this is another one of these items that right now we cannot find comps for, but we are hoping that this is going to be one of the pricier pieces as well. So really nice piece here. You could see, you know, we've got the Mickey icon there with the ears and a lot of, you know, just little charms and stuff that hang off the end of it. So nice piece there as well. This is a $25 Halloween piece. We've comped this one out. Disney Descendants Mall right there. This one here, we're able to comp this one. This is a bracelet. It's Winnie the Pooh. And you could see here that this one has all these little charms that hang off of it and say mother. So that one being a $35 one would mean that this one here being a necklace, a mother necklace, this one should definitely go for more than that. Maybe, I could see you through that. Maybe that's double the price. I don't know. Maybe a $70, $75 piece. Again, Winnie the Pooh mother necklace. So beautiful piece there as well. And then we have, you know, these little pieces that have all these charms that are hanging off the end of it as well. Now, individually, these charms sell for about $10 or $10 a piece. So, you know, you could imagine that, you know, selling, you know, a piece like this with all the different charms hanging off of it. You know, I've got Hello Kitty and stuff there. You know, I'm hoping that this would be like a $50 item or maybe even more than that. So there are things here that, you know, we just cannot find comps yet for. This is another one that we're hoping is a higher end piece. This is a Disney Danforth pewter piece, which, you know, you could see on the back. There's the clip, and it literally says that it's Danforth pewter right there. And so pewter pieces could go up there in value. So we're going to have to do some more research to figure that out. Then there's just some little pieces, like speaking of clips, this is a hair clip from, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but the Bibbidi Boppity Boop Boutique, where you take the girls to get their hair cut right underneath the Disney castle on that initial level there. There's even some stuff that they do in there for boys, but this is one of the clips and sells for about $17 to $20 just for that one. You know, and then there's some lanyards that we just haven't been able to find comps for yet. Like this is one for, you know, from 2009, you know, and just hang this around you and, you know, put your pins on and stuff. So there's one like that. You know, we've got another one here. So from the Seven Dwarfs, and then we've got another one here. You know, it's right in the bag with Mickey and Minnie and the American flag and stuff up top. So there's a bunch of other assorted charms and necklaces and bracelets and stuff and other lanyards. And again, just some miscellaneous pieces. So I'm going to show you that in just a moment. This is a bangle here. This one goes for about $25. So, you know, it says Believe on there. You know, it's got the little foot. And this one here is an ornament. It's a bell ornament. And it does light up. You just can't see it really well because I've got the shiny lights shining onto it. But I think that's like a $15 ornament or so. So again, I'm going to do an overview and show you some of the other pieces here. All right, there's a bunch of other items here I haven't shown you yet, and I'll get to the charms in just a moment. But there's a bunch of Disney keychains that you could see here. There's a few more lanyards. There's a Christmas ornament. It's flat and circular for the year 2000. This is an exclusive for cast, crew, and Imagineers. It's to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Sleeping Beauty. It's still in the package. This is a Nightmare Before Christmas necklace with some pendants. This is a bracelet from Typhoon Lagoon. You just press it down. It still lights up, actually. These are some Tinkerbell sunglasses. And I'll just push this one over to the side and we'll bring the charms up. There's so many of them. We just haven't gotten to them all yet, but you could see here, there's a BFF one here, which matches another BFF one. So they're matching BFF Mickey ear icons. So that's cool. We'll have to see what those comp out for, but I think those will do well. There's just a bunch of other, again, little charms and stuff. This one I already showed you, and I have this one still out because Mrs. Primetime texted me and said she's just not sure if this is a Pandora one or not. She's kind of going back and forth with it, so maybe someone watching knows. So, but I'll just bring that one out. There's a little beaded one here with, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and stuff on it, and Pirates of the Caribbean we've got here with Jack with the heart through it, and then you've got a little picture here with skeletons. So there's just a bunch of them, just a bunch of little things. This is a little locket here. In fact, we got another one here with Ariel, and a bunch of just additional things like bracelets and just little miscellaneous items. So overall, that's everything. All right, well, that's everything. I'll give you one more broad overview of the entire thing before the video ends, but thank you if you stuck with this so far. If you love Disney stuff, you probably really enjoyed this. It really has been a lot of fun for us, and I haven't seen Mrs. Primetime this excited in quite a while. I mean, she was going crazy when she found out that I got the winning bid for this, because she had to go out and do something, and so it was all in my hands, and I almost messed up at the end, but I came through and wound up getting it. I almost clicked the wrong button by accident at the very end of the auction. But this is definitely something that I see in our future for expanding our reselling business, provided this goes well. And I think, based on everything that I have shown here, that we have a few $1,000s worth of merchandise that we were able to pick up for less than $300. So overall, very happy with everything. Let me know what your favorite item was. Maybe something that you were surprised about. I think a lot of people might be surprised about the value on some of the magic bands. And again, if there's anything that you see that you want, just let me know. Reach out to me. I'm also available on Instagram at prime_time_treasure. Don't forget to come by tomorrow night. You'll be able to make money in my live stream. That's the Cha-Ching-a-thon number 6. The rules are all described in my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. All those links are down below. Don't forget to join. I'm going to be also doing a live auction for some items tomorrow, and in addition to that, I'm doing 2 giveaways, $100 plus someone's going to win Support That Seller Sunday, which is a big event in my Facebook group where one person gets picked out and 21,000 plus members all go and try to buy from that one person. So that person usually winds up making many hundreds of dollars, up to $1,000 in sales in 24 hours. So it's crazy. The entry point ends tomorrow, so that's going to be Wednesday. So make sure that you don't miss out on entering. It's free, and it's a lot of fun. The last show was totally epic the last time I did a Cha-Ching-a-thon. So anyway, so that's it. So that's it, everybody, for this one, and let's just do the overview, and we'll get out of here. Take care, everyone.